Y'all see this right here, by God? That's an American $20 bill with Mr. President Andrew Jackson on it, y'all. Right there, look at him. Look how pretty he is. That's right. Right here's Andrew Jackson was a real American hero. We call him Old Hickory down here in Tennessee. We treat his home, the Hermitage, like a holy shrine. Why wouldn't we? The man was the pillar of the community, a great Christian man, just like our man Donald Trump, another God-fearing leader fighting for our values. Trump and Jackson both put the Bible and the flag where they belong. People flocked to Jackson's home just to stand where he stood and to celebrate that strong Christian leadership. If you love his country and you love the way it was built, you've got to love Jackson. He's the blueprint for everything we're trying to fucking do it today, and Trump fucking knows it. That's why he's got his picture in the Oval Office. That's a lie they want you to believe, ain't it? Yeah, we're going to do the switch up. People go to the Hermitage to celebrate a hero, but let's be real about it. You want to? They're worshiping the altar of a racist devil. Y'all surprised to hear me say that? Well, I'm going to keep it real with you today. See, Jackson wasn't just a tough guy. He was a professional slave trader. That's how he got his money, trafficking black men, women, and children like they were bags of fucking feed. At that very plantation people go to visit in the Hermitage here in Tennessee, he was a monster. He's the guy who offered a bounty for a runaway that included extra cash for every 100 lashings you gave the person. He didn't see human beings, he saw collateral. But here's what they don't tell you in the gift shop at the Hermitage. Jackson was a crooked real estate agent for white supremacy. He used his military power to steal millions of acres from the Cherokee, the Chickasaw, and many other native peoples. Why? To flip that land. He bought and sold that stolen land specifically to sell it to wealthy plantation owners so slavery could grow like a cancer across the South. He engineered the Cotton Kingdom and fueled the domestic slave trade just to fill his own pockets, to ensure white men stayed on top. You want to talk about law and order? Jackson laughed at the law. Then he sent the military to hunt down 100,000 people and march them at gunpoint through the freezing mud, all the indigenous people. Thousands died. That's a trail of tears, y'all. He did that. And he did it for one reason, to expand the empire of slavery and to secure white dominance for generations. And yeah, of course Trump adores him. Why wouldn't he? They're both proud white racists. Sick, twisted, evil motherfuckers. They're both narcissists who think their ego is bigger than the Constitution and their power is bigger than the truth. Jackson participated in over 100 fights and duels, killing a man over a horse race and a personal slight. When you see a leader ignoring the courts and the law to protect white power, you aren't looking at a patriot, you're looking at a fascist. But don't think it stops at the 20. Look at your whole wallet. George Washington on the $1 bill, the father of our country, who owned over 300 human beings and used his power to hunt down his own runaways. Thomas Jefferson, the $2 bill, wrote, "All men are created equal," while keeping 600 people in chains and calculating the financial profit of the children they birthed. Alexander Hamilton on the $10 bill. His own account books show he bought and sold enslaved people for his in-laws. He was the middleman for the trade. Benjamin Franklin on the $100 bill owned people for 50 years and ran ads for slave auctions in his newspaper. Listen to me, white America. We like to say it was a different time, right? But evil is evil, regardless of the date on the calendar. Being of your time doesn't excuse genocide or slavery or racism. We've built a holy trinity out of men who were morally bankrupt narcissists who treated human life like currency. We carry their faces in our pockets like Lucky Charms, but they're actually anchors keeping us chained to a white supremacist past. We put them on our bills on purpose. These men are on our currency because in America, we've always taken a sick pride in white supremacy. We didn't just normalize it, we made it a hallmark. We celebrated white greed, white narcissism, and white racism as if they were virtues. This ideology is a cancer that has destroyed our collective psyche, rotted our mental health, and created a world of economic injustice and equality that we're still drowning in today. As W.E.B. Du Bois said, a nation that boldly declares all men are equal while building its economy on chattel slavery is a nation built on the foundation of deliberate injustice and cruelty. If we didn't take pride in racism, these devils wouldn't be in our pockets. So go ahead, keep taking the tours of the Hermitage and pretending Jackson was a hero. But until we take this racist off our money and put a real hero like Harry Tubman on there, this $20 bill is just a bloodstained receipt for America's original sins. Until we stop supporting white supremacy, we're just going to keep being exactly what we've always been. We can call it America all we want, but until we change, this is America KKK. And I'm not ashamed to say it because that's the fucking reality. Look at the face on this bill, will you? And ask yourself, is that your hero? Or is that just your fucking reflection? This July 4th marks 250 years of America's independence, 1776 and 2026. This hat says freedom, 250 years. That's a fucking lie. None of us are free until all of us are free. Period.